Hello, I'm Alex. Good luck out there, citizen.
Hi folks, now before I get on with this set of videos that we're releasing for Star Citizen, the first one is about both an introduction to day one of playing Star Citizen and getting voice control set up with a voice pack. And once I'd installed the game and then loaded it up, it gave me these options of different places to choose to start out. Now I had no idea, so I just chose New Babbage, and the game loads up with that selected, and then you're in your bed waking up in a city apartment, with no clue what to press or what to do. I then spend a few minutes googling resources that CIG have with regards to what to do. Now it turns out there's a ton of documentation and videos and some quick read stuff to get you started. I'll leave the links to the quick read stuff things in the description because that's all you need to really get underway here. Right, so here we are in bed. I see some text here on the left. I definitely don't want to see that on the screen here. So F12 will turn that on and off for you, just so you know. So that goes off now. Right. Now, if you're a little like me, you probably went straight in, loaded up the game, and maybe if you're just like me, you'll try and muddle through all of this until stuff starts coming together and working. Now, I can't do anything without messing around with the buttons or controls to see what they do. So instead of that, let's escape out and set up some basic binds for getting around. Now, your keys for moving around will be very different to mine, I can assure you. So once you get to this area, I'll skip the video forward, and we can save off what we need to get around and leave the rest for later. And once we're done here, we save off what we need to get around and leave the rest of the binds for later. These are just for walking around and movement and opening and closing stuff. So when you're done, just save those customized keybind choices off with a suitable file name, like this. So now I've saved the binds file. Now before I start playing, I'm going to exit the game from here and set up VoiceAttack software and get a voice pack so I can use voice controls in game. I go to voiceattack.com, download the software and install a fully registered paid version in the process. You can also get this on Steam, by the way. Once that's done, I head to hcsvoicepacks.com and choose a preferred voice for my experience in game. Now there's a decent choice of voices from some pretty nice big star names from science fiction TV and movies, but we're going to go with Alex for this demo.
Designation, Alex.
And once you've made the purchase, you'll be sent a link by email so that you can download and install. That's both the software and the voice pack now installed. Great. I'll now start VoiceAttack up. That's the software that's going to be running things while you're in game and carrying out the necessary key presses and delivering the responses from Alex in the process. Once VoiceAttack has started, from the drop-down list here, you need to choose the Star Citizen game profile, which is named Event Horizon. After that, allow the profile to load up, because this is where it all happens with the HES voice pack preferences. To get those preferences, you need to speak the command protocol override customize my settings. This will bring you into the Star Citizen voice control options behind the profile. From here you can get to the manual amongst other things, but first make sure you go ahead and click this one, which will start the voice training. This is important and will mean that your normal voice will be better interpreted for the commands that you speak in game. And you're just going to have to run through this a few times so that your computer will better understand your voice. And the more you go through it, the better your computer understands. Right, so that we can get back into the game, I've already trained my voice, so I'll go to the next part. Let's open the manual for Star Citizen here. We need to tell this software what keys you have set up in game. Now we made some basic changes earlier to the movement commands, and we named the binds in game. Now in VoiceAttack, we just need to point to that file we made, and by clicking here, we can make sure it's doing that. I've already pointed to the path where the keybind file is, as you can see. So now that's all done, we're ready to go. Get out of bed.
Good morning.
The voice commands are listed in the manual, so make sure you have it at hand. The voice commands work for a lot of things, but you might just want to use your mouse and F key for some, as you have to make sure your mouse cursor is bang on whatever you're looking at. Exit the room.
As you wish.
And for some things like doors or lift panels, it can be a bit of a pain. Nevertheless, we've put the commands in, and once you get used to it, it's pretty simple. Now you're probably wondering where I'm going. Call the lift.
Activating now.
Well, to my ship, of course. First I need to get to the lobby. Then I've got to get on a tram. Now, to know where I'm going, I had to read some of the documentation I mentioned at the start of the video. Again, I'll make sure that's linked in the description. But you'll be able to see how to get to your ship with this video. When I first tried this, I did struggle with just thinking, where do I go next? But it's quite intuitive, as you can see. If I walk along here, for instance, once I get through these doors, nearly everything is just signposted. So I know I've got to get a tram to get my ship, so we go down here to the metro loop. And what I will do during this video is I'll skip it up a bit for your benefit so you can get on with setting everything up that you've seen here. So I'll do some quick edits and we'll get to where the ship is. Because I know for a fact I'm about to miss this tram.
Oh!
Let's see. I should have really ran there. Idiot.
Clueless.
Alright, I'll skip this video up.
Capsule now approaching station. Stand clear of disembarking passengers.
So when you arrive at the spaceport, once again you're going to find yourself that getting around is relatively easy with the signposting. You spend much of your time calling lifts, but that's part and parcel of the Star Citizen content, which is quite nice, I think. It makes everything a little bit more believable in terms of its sheer scale in these cities on the ground.
Is that so?
Now we're getting to the serious business of retrieving your ship. So you need to go to one of these interfaces and sort that out, and that's near the hangar bays. Or the lifts to the hangar bays, that is. So up to one of these interfaces, and once you've selected your ship and recalled it, you'll eventually get a hangar bay designation.
Vehicle selected. Stand by.
Careful watch on all personnel today.
Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location.
Then you need to go to another lift.
Oh, wonderful.
Once you're in the lift, make sure you scroll down if you don't see your allocated parking spot. I spent an age looking for other lifts because stupidly I didn't realise you had to scroll the lift panel. I wasted 20 minutes.
That can only be attributed to human error.
When you do eventually get to your hangar, and indeed to your ship, this is where the voice commands really come into their own. Boarding and departing the ship is pretty cool. Board the ship.
Caution, opening doors. Transitioning to the vessel now.
Enter the pilot seat.
Affirmative.
Lastly, before you head out of the game, which is what I'm about to do, make sure you get into your bed on the ship if you want to resume here next time. Now that is all I'm going to cover in the first of a new series of videos we're doing for Star Citizen. It should be enough to get you acquainted with the game and how the voice control works for you on foot. But keep in mind, the voice packs are best used on the ship, and that's where you're going to get the most out of them. So until next time, many thanks everyone.
Origin shipboards at your service. Core system operational.